Hi, I'm Scott. I am a vocal introvert. The last few episodes I've been outside, and you've heard me talk about the brilliant blue sky and all the snow that we've had and the coldness that we've had over the last few weeks here. And it's been very enjoyable. One of the things that's been great is the brilliant blue sky that comes with that. And that's one of the nice things about being on the prairies is you get this blue sky, north to south, east to west, as far as the eye can see, horizon to horizon. And it just makes things that much more enjoyable. But here the last 4 days or so, talking with people, the topic of conversation has come up that, you know what, we've had enough. We're done with this cold weather. And it got me thinking about, at what point does nice crisp weather become stupid and become too long? And that got me thinking about being an introvert, about the abuse that we sometimes take by the hands of extroverts. We introverts sit here and we have to think about things, and we stop and we talk about things. And generally, a lot of times, we don't talk with the emotion that an extrovert does. An extrovert, can just go blah, 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 blah all the time about everything happening in their world. And introverts just sort of sit back and they listen and they observe. But at some point, the introvert needs to be understood. The introvert needs to be able to say, no, stop. You know what? I'm tired of you, Mr. Extrovert, Mrs. Introvert, of just running roughshod over me. Much like this cold weather. I've had enough. I love it, and I'll be glad when it comes back next year, but you know what? I need a break. I need a respite. I need you to shut the hell up so that I can talk what it is that I'm talking. I know in conversations that I have with some extroverts, when they get wound up, they're just bouncing bing, 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 all these different things. And by the time I'm able to talk, I've forgotten what the first 7 things was that I had to respond to. And yet as an introvert, when we do talk, generally what we do is we paint this beautiful tapestry of a single idea. And I liken it to telling the story of painting a picture of beautiful trees arching over a pathway, and you're going to go walk down that pathway, and it's going to be so beautiful, and it's got the white fence on the side of it and horses galloping along. And I say to myself, this is a story that I'm going to tell. Sit back, enjoy the story. And then the extrovert will go beep, 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 beep. And then next thing you know, I've forgotten what it is I'm talking about. And the trees that I was going to talk about are gone. The pathway is gone. The fence is gone. And I'm standing out in the middle of a barren field because I can't remember what I was going to say, because the introvert started chirping in because they couldn't keep their trap shut long enough to respect what the introvert was going to do. So at what point does an introvert say, screw that? You know what? I've had enough. I'm tired of that abuse. And how does an introvert do that? I know there's people that head south for the wintertime, snowbirds they call them. And that's a good thing. But they always come back here. And I love the winter, once the winter shows up. But I love spring even more. And I would give my left arm to have summer right now. Green trees, grass outside, just all the stuff that comes with the summertime. But I know that it's part of the cycle of it, of the seasons. And what is the cycle of relationships with introverts and extroverts? I'm glad I have extroverts in my life because they light a fire under my ass. But at the same time, they need to respect that I do things differently. As an introvert, I need that time. I need that time to settle. I need that time to think. And that they can't microwave my emotions. They can't microwave what I'm going to be doing. Just like we can't change the weather here. So I guess the question I'm throwing out here today is, if you can't change the weather, you can't change an extrovert, how do you deal with extroverts when you're an introvert? And how do you get them to understand that they need to understand you? And when it comes to wintertime, we just dress warm. We put on different layers. What are the layers that we put on when we're dealing with extroverts and we're getting that abuse that comes from being an introvert? So until next time, I'm Scott.